In this video, I'll retrofit on this BMW F25 the latest dashcam from VIOFO A119 with the latest Sony sensor. For this retrofit, I have the hardware kit to mount this camera permanently in this car. I have a filter, a lens filter, and a Bluetooth remote control to save important files, important videos in case of a road event. The camera will be mounted somewhere around this area on the windshield. The wire will be pulled inside of the headliner. I need to remove the A-pillar to pull the wire down. I also need to remove this compartment from here, and from down here I will need to remove this plastic cover to have better access to the CIS on this model. The hardware kit is very simple. I have only 3 wires that will need to be connected inside of the car. The black one is ground, the red one is permanent power supply 12 volts, and the yellow one is ACC from accessory when you switch on the ignition. Of course, the camera itself have included in the package the cigarette lighter power supply that will let you to use this camera directly from the box. I will mount the camera somewhere around in this area on the windshield, because from here I will have access to the camera, to the buttons, and the most important thing is for the lens of the camera to be under the working area of the wiper blade. And in this case, as you can see, the end of the wiper blade is somewhere around here, and my camera lens is well under it. As you can see, I'm in the parking lot of a park, so I have here my tools. I will try to do this job here. I have screwdrivers with me and everything else necessary to remove plastics and ornaments, but I won't need too many tools. And the camera itself have a pry tool for removing ornaments, plastic ornaments inside of the box. I brought an entire box of gloves from Harbor Freight to use them on this car. To remove the A-pillar cover on this particular model, it's a little bit different than the normal one. As you can see, here is missing the classic airbag cover that will hide the T20 screw. On this one, here I'll have a metal clip and of course the 2 classic plastic clips down there. In this case, it's very easy to destroy this cover and to break the support for the metal clip, but I will show you how easy it is to remove that clip. First, I will need to pull a little bit this cover to expose this edge. Like so. Next, with my light, I will use it to illuminate inside. With my clip removal tool, I need to push the airbag to be able to see the end of this plastic bracket for the metal clip. I will push the tool between the A-pillar and this plastic bracket, and I will pry out the metal clip. You can see it is this one from here. I need to push this metal clip out of this bracket. Something like that is down there. And now from outside here, if I will pull the A-pillar, you can see the plastic clip bracket, one there and one there. This is the plastic clip and this is the metal one. Now for the glove box compartment, I have 2 screws T20 inside of the compartment. Now I can remove this compartment, and as you can see inside here, the white box with 3 plugs is the CIS module, and I will need to pull one of the plug out to take from there permanent 12 volts and ignition on 12 volts. Also from here I can remove this plastic cover to have more access, more room to work. Now I will take out the hardware kit and I will measure how much wire I will need. Something like this, and with some Tesa tape I will wrap this cable to be protected. Something like that. Now, with my cable prepared, I will start to remove the mirror covering from here to be able to pull the cable inside of the headliner. Something like that. Now I will start to pull my cable side of the headliner. Perfect. Now I'm on the mirror cover back. Okay, and I will continue with my wire. Now I will clean the body of the car because I will use some tape to keep the wire in this area. I need to be careful with the airbag. When the airbag will deploy in this area, so my cable will be behind the airbag. Something like that. Perfect. Now I will pull my cable down. And now the rest of the cable, I will leave it inside of this area. For this car, being an F25, you can see here, only in cars with E series, I will need to connect to the CIS on the plug X13376/A. It's this big one from here. I will need to use pin 34, pin 14 and pin 12. To be able to access that plug, first I will need to remove the knee airbag. The knee airbag on BMWs, it's a standard only on the US market, on the US cars. On the European cars, you won't find something like that. So that one I will need to unscrew it from behind. Here I have one T20 screw. Now I need to pull down this cover because I have some plastic lips. This one from here and another one have remaining here. This one. And to disconnect the emergency speaker and the light. Now with the 10mm socket I need to remove this screw and this one from here. And now, with the airbag out of the way, I don't need to disconnect it. I have a ton of room here to work on this plug. I'll disconnect the plug from the CIS. I need to remove the tape from the wires, like so. I need to remove the case of the plug. I will need to push this tab back and this one, like so. So first I will start with branch A2, that is the yellow cable, and will need to be in pin 34. Pin 34, let me see here, 41, 34 is this one from here. Pin 34 is this red one. Something like that. From this harness I will cut the wires short, because I don't need the extra length. The red one I will cut it shorter. Yellow, black and red. So let me remind me what we have. The yellow, it's in pin 34. Before I will connect the wire to the red one, in this instruction I have the yellow one for this pin for 34. 34 is permanent power supply. On this instruction, these instructions are for the BMW Advanced iCar Retrofit, and on that camera, on the BMW camera, the yellow wire you can see here, G, it's terminal 30, it's permanent power supply, and terminal 15 is the red one. On this camera, on the VIOFO, permanent power supply is the red one, and the yellow is terminal 15. That means ignition on. So the red one will need to be connected here, but I cut the red one shorter because I want to add a fuse on this wire. It will be a 7.5 amp fuse. Now the end of the fuse I will connect it here on the red one. Like so. Next to be connected, it's the red cable, in our case is the yellow one, in pin 14. So in this plug, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 is this green with white. The same, I will remove a little bit of insulation. And I will connect the yellow wire here. This is ignition on. And the last one from here, it's SW black in pin 12, and we just count the pin 12 is the brown wire, brown with black. Always in BMWs, brown is ground or minus. The same treatment. Peel back the insulation. And the connections for this camera are done. I will put back the case and I will wrap the cables back. Perfect. On the adapter provided with the camera, I will select the 11.8 volts. I have 11.8 volts for the camera to shut down in case of the battery will go under this voltage. But either so, this camera won't be capable to do parking mode in this setup, because the car will see the current consumption of this camera and will disconnect it. And when this will happen, you will have the message on your navigation about battery discharge when stationary. So for you to be able to use any type of dash cam on your car to film in parking mode, you'll need to have a separate power supply. Most of them, they are a power bank, a battery power bank that will be mounted under the driver's seat or in the trunk near the car battery. Now I will connect back the CIS module and I will finish wrapping this cable. Something like that. Perfect. Not too great, not too terrible, but this will do the job. Now, before I will start to mount everything back, I will test the camera. I have here the camera. I will need to connect it. Let me see if I'm able to do this one-handed. Like so. I will switch on the ignition. And the camera has started. Amazing. I will switch off the ignition. And the camera is stopped. Now I will start to clean everything and mount them back. And the last piece on this puzzle. You can see now I need to align the clip with that hole. So I need to push a little bit more the clip down. And it's aligned. Same with this one, I need to align it. And last one, the metal clip, the same, I need to align it with the hole. And now I need to pull the clips inside of the holes and to push down a little bit the pillar cover. And something like this. Now I need to align the camera on the windshield to glue it, and after that we'll do some tests. need to clean the windshield to be perfectly cleaned in the area where I will glue the camera. So, next step before I will align the camera, I need to connect the camera with my phone to see the image, to see if the camera is well aligned with the road in front. So to do that, I will use my phone. I have an Android phone here, so I will scan this QR code from here with my camera. Yes, go in Play Store. Open. I have already installed that app. To connect with my camera, I need to switch on the ignition, wait for the camera to power on. I will keep pushed on the Wi-Fi button. Now the camera will be online. Connect your camera. And boom, we are online. So in this case, I will need to align the camera. Let me see, the lens is too up. I will need to start to align the camera with the engine hood. I will align the camera, the base of the image, with the engine hood, and after that I will be able to push the lens a little bit up, and I will remove the engine hood from the image. Okay, now I will peel down the film like so. That seems to be okay. I think so. Now I will push the camera against the windshield. I will remove the camera from here, from the base, to be able to push against the base. Now I will mount the filter on the camera. Perfect. And I also have the remote control. I have a spare battery here, user manual, and the remote control itself. I don't think I will glue this on this dashboard. For the moment I will put it here. Now I'm in my live feed with this camera. I've stopped recording for me to be able to enter in settings, in setup. And from here I have a ton of settings that I'm able to do on this camera. After that I will go back and I will hit record. Wait, and now the camera is starting to recording. I set it up to highest resolution at 60 frames per second. And now I will do a drive test to see how this camera will film and the audio quality.
Take the next right onto West 16th Street, then turn left onto Gate 2 Indy 500. Take the next left onto Gate 2 Indy 500, then continue straight.
And this retrofit is done. The camera is working perfectly. Of course, VIOFO sent me this camera to do this video, but they didn't know that I have already mounted this camera in the past on different cars and I know the quality of these cameras. Unfortunately, they didn't send me the rear camera, but even so, this one, being a newest generation, it's more performant than the older ones. And with this, I hope you learned something new in this video. Be careful, this is not a do-it-yourself video, and if you are scared to do the wiring harness, the connection like I did it, or especially on the CIS module, that it's a very expensive and important module on this car, you can use the provided cable with the camera and to plug it in your cigarette socket, and the camera will work perfectly. Thank you for watching these videos, thank you for being with me, and until next time, stay awesome. Bye now!